Impact segment tonight, human rights, where do they come from? In Alabama, Chief Justice Roy Moore arguing that the state should decide gay marriage, that the feds or courts have no right to impose gay marriage.
I believe that's a matter of law because our rights contained in the Bill of Rights do not come from the Constitution. They come from God.
Our rights do not come from God. That's your faith. That's my faith. But that's not our country.
Well,
our laws come from the collective
sir.
agreement and compromise.
As Americans, we believe that workers' rights are civil rights, that dignity and opportunity aren't just gifts to be handed down by a generous government or by a generous employer. They are rights given by God.
Joining us now from Tampa, Florida, Democrat Jessica Ehrlich, and here in the studio, Republican Andrea Tantaros. You see her on Outnumbered at noon. So President Obama seems to be siding against the secular press and say that rights are given to us by God, which opens up an interesting door, does it not?
It does, but I prefer to watch what President Obama does than what he says.
Okay, but the fact that he said that to evoke sympathy for his policies toward working people, that's why he did it, all right, blows Mr. Cuomo at CNN right off the couch.
Well, right. Okay, so he says that he believes rights come from God. But President Obama also, I think, interprets that to mean that God has given him, President Obama, rights to do certain things like redistribute wealth.
Maybe, but
a very radically different view than our founding fathers, Bill. But Cuomo, if you want to talk about Cuomo used the rights that he believes are afforded to him, I think, to bully and intimidate that judge.
Well, that judge can't be bullied or intimidated.
And he shouldn't have gone on that show, in my opinion.
Whatever. But the lines, Jessica, are here, okay? That the Declaration of Independence clearly states that our whole justice system and our whole system of interactions with each other is based upon the rights given to us by God, not by man. So Mr. Cuomo and the other secular progressives say, you know what, that's nice theory, but it's the judges and the legislature who really give us our rights. Where do you come down on it?
Well, there's a difference between our rights, which are the inalienable rights we have set out based upon the fact that our nation was founded on Judeo-Christian values, and our legal system and the justice system. And justice, as is in all the sculptures, is supposed to be blind. And, you know, we are a nation that was created not only on those values, but by people who were suffering religious persecution. And our legal system is specifically set out so that it will not be affected by that. We're not the Middle East. We don't have clerics who are handing out, you know, biblical justice. We are based on the British common law system, where you have case law and authority and judges, and, you know, there's a difference between church and state.
Okay, but that's in the criminal system. In the social system, what President Obama is telling the country is that Americans' rights come from God, and one of our rights is to treat people justly. All right, so workers should get certain benefits and should be treated a certain way. All right, if that's true, then Judge Moore, his argument becomes more powerful, that you can't take away our rights in Alabama to vote and want marriage to remain between a man and a woman. You can't take away those rights.
I think the key thing is it's not just justly, it's actually equally. People are equal under the law.
If everybody was equal, though, everybody would be making the same amount of money. So that doesn't hold up. All right, let's get back to you.
No, you have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to make money, but you are equal under the law, meaning the law sees you, whether you're gay, purple, Martian. If you're an American,
that's right.
You are seen as equal.
You can't be discriminated against based on anything. That means you can't be denied. All right, but the judge is saying, and I want to get your point of view on this, that you're denying we Alabamans our rights to determine what our state and local situation should be. That's his argument.
Yeah, and the judge is right. I mean, look, rights do come from God, but they don't come down in some metaphysical form. They come down to flawed human beings, and they expect us to sort of sort them out. But the founding fathers gave us rights, God-given rights, and those rights were to let us be left alone. Really.
But also, the people who favor gay marriage can say, one of the rights given to us, God, is all men are created equal. All right? So if heterosexual couples can marry, why can't gays? Because we're all equal.
Right.
That's a pretty powerful argument.
It's definitely a powerful argument.
And that's what the Supreme Court's decision is going to hinge on.
That's right. I do just want to quickly go back to what Cuomo said, though, because if you believe what Cuomo said, which
God doesn't have a say.
It means that anything goes. That's right.
Yeah,
that there's no hierarchy.
Taken away.
That there's no right and wrong. That anything goes in society,
That's not
which is
true.
ludicrous. No, that's exactly what he said.
No. I'm going to give you the last word, Jessica. Jessica, surely you know, because I'm sure you read my book, Culture Warrior, that the secular progressive belief system discounts God totally, 100%. God should not have any place in the public forum at all. You go to your church, you go to your synagogue, you go to your mosque, and you shut up. That is what the secular
that's actually the same argument that President Kennedy made, which I'm sure you know, because when he was running as the first Catholic president, is that his core beliefs as how he would act were based on his religious values. But that doesn't mean that he would impose them upon other people.
Oh, and nobody's looking at an imposition. Nobody's looking at an imposition of anything. The Alabamans are just saying, listen, we want to decide what kind of state we're going to have, and that's all.
And that state rights argument has gone back to the basis of the Bill of Rights, if that it should exist in general. Right. I mean, it's the history of our country right there.
Everybody thinks the Supreme Court is going to rule against Judge Moore. You do, I do, I'm sure Jessica does. But it's a very fascinating debate, and we appreciate it, ladies. Directly ahead.